if you live in the fast life, you come into prison. You know, regardless if you did something serious, if you did something minor. There's no way you can be off the block and hang out and don't come to penitentiary. Unless, you know, the guys on the streets that, unless they're informants or snitches or, you know, they're more important to the authorities on the street than in prison. But if you're a guy that really hangs out, really from the neighborhood, sooner or later you're going to get crossed up. Prison. Everybody glorify prison and say, you know, when you come to prison, you know, you get to work out with the weights and you get to do this and you get to do all these great things for us, hang with your homies. Then they took the weights. But you still can work out. But at the same time, they don't get a whole scenario of it where 1 year can turn to 3 years, 3 years can turn to life. A lot of guys come to prison, their woman run off and leave them. A lot of guys come to prison, people in their family pass and you can't attend the funeral. A lot of guys might get a tattoo and get AIDS. And it's a certain thing that is sad that the kids really got to snap out of it. Kids got to really wake up and say, prison ain't for me. I want to do something better than come to prison. When they was a part of death row and they had a problem, it was a Suge Knight death row problem. And if I was with whoever, if somebody was going to do something to Dre or do something to Snoop, they know they would have to go past me to get it done. And I wouldn't allow it because death row was a death row family. And those situations, a lot of those actions of me being loyal to the people I'm around got me in trouble. But I didn't cry about it, I didn't complain about it. And the minute I came to prison, everybody went like this, right? It's like, okay, he's gone, we can do what we want to do. And you know, you look at those situations and just like with Snoop's case, I don't have nothing against none of those guys, but if you look at it, this guy was going to go to jail for 25 years of life for a murder. I didn't go and say, I wasn't late. I wasn't late to put up almost $5 million for attorney's fees. I wasn't late to have, when they were scared to go to court, to have 50, 60 guys escort them in the court building before they wanted to get beat up. All I did was help the guy. If they feel bad if I did something wrong for that, okay, I'm guilty of that. That's a simple fact where if Drake was to go to jail, I was with him when he beat up D, or beat up a girl, and 10 guys want to beat him up for beating up a woman. I said, hold up. Ain't nobody touching me with me. And if I'm wrong for that, okay, I'm wrong for it. I look at it like if I'm with you, I'm with you. There's no such thing as in between. Either you with me or against me. If we're on the same team, I'm going to do what I can do to always help you. When I was on the streets, I did it 1 year after I was incarcerated. I would do a Mother's Day dinner for all the single mothers at the Beverly Hills Ritz Hotel. The reason I would do that for the mothers to bring their kids and know somebody care about them. And I really do it for the kids because if a mother's on Mother's Day, if they don't got nobody getting no roses and buy no gifts, they sort of grouchy. They might be more grouchy towards the kids for it's like, you know, you look like your daddy ain't no good. And so I would give them nice stem roses and baskets, a great dinner, and we would have performances from Jodeci to Ron Isley to all the artists to Tupac, and everybody would intervene and get out there and sit down and not just sign autographs, but actually give them hugs and take pictures. Anything that's positive for the kids, that's what I'm all about. You know, if you can't have faith in God on Friday and be stressing on Saturday, you got the same God. But I think most of all is how you grew up. You know, I was fortunate and blessed to have my father, which my father's still around. And one thing about it, I had like 10 uncles and my father, so you got to be a man. You start off as a young man, then you can become a man. And, you know, for us that whining and making excuses and complaining, that ain't going to do no good. And telling is definitely something you don't do. You outside playing with your friends, and they might be older, and you run and say, hey, I'm 7 years old, and they 14, and they took my ball. The first thing my pops would say, look, boy, don't be no telltale. Get your butt back out there and get your ball back. And I think that guidance, that father figure is very, very important. Because if you look at a lot of people who do a lot of telling and a lot of crying and be snitches and stuff, they didn't have that father presence around.
When you was a kid, not snitching on somebody that ever get you in trouble?
No, snitching on somebody would get you in trouble.
Right, but
You know.
not snitching on somebody that ever get you in trouble at home.
What, not snitching?
Like if you ever had to take a fall for somebody.
I mean, naturally, if your sister or something do something or whatever, and they might tell on you, you suck it up, come get this whooping. When I was young, I got whoopings. I think, but I deserved those whoopings. I didn't get whoopings, I got ass whoopings. I was a boy, I was all boy. I wasn't feminine, so I was all boy. So by me being all boy, I broke windows, I did stuff to cars, and my people weren't rich. So when I broke a window, and that means an extra $100 for that month that they depended on that money for something, I got an ass whooping. I think my whoopings was so tough if, like today, kids can call